How about a Dutch treat? An afternoon in Amsterdam. The vibrant city sparkles like the diamonds it's famous for, and although an historically old city, has a strong youth culture, which is very evident if you happen to arrive when the country's national soccer team is competing for a European championship. First impressions? Traffic. Bicycles, trams, and more bicycles. An original style of maritime architecture, and water, lots of it. 165 handmade canals to be precise, and one natural waterway, the River Amstel.
Holland is a country with a lot of water. Half of it is under the sea level. We have areas up to 30 feet deep under the sea level, and we have to protect ourselves, and that's why we need as well these waterways.
The city got its name from the River Amstel and a dam built around 1290 between dikes at the point where the river empties into the south side of the IJ, an inland arm of what was then known as the Zeider-Zee. It became the cultural and financial center of the world when wealthy merchants fled the Spanish conquest of Antwerp and settled here. If you take one of the free ferries that transport Amsterdammers and their bicycles to and from work across the IJ, you'll get a sense of the size of the harbour in 1596. That's when ships like this replica from the Dutch East India Company set sail for the Orient and returned laden with spices.
That period was called the Golden Century, and it brought to the city enormous wealth.
The medieval town is the largest historical inner city in Europe, and the buildings are remarkable feats of architecture. 30-foot-long wooden pilings had to be pushed down into the peat, clay and sand to create a firm foundation, and look for sculpted stone plaques depicting the owner's name, profession, birthplace or trading partners from the days before houses were numbered.
Houses all have hoisting beams as the staircases are too narrow. Furniture and pianos have to be hoisted up from the outside into the building by taking out a window. In the 17th century, people could only walk around, and that is why Amsterdam is so convenient for the pedestrian. We have seen the Anne Frank house. We have seen the West Church. We have the Jordan area, a little village in the city center of Amsterdam. We have seen the canals, the beautiful canal houses.
Today, wide canals bordered by stately mansions have been connected with narrow streets where a variety of shops have made their homes. They range from art galleries, antique dealers and specialists in Delft pottery to bakeries and restaurants. There's no shortage of restaurants, but if you're hungry and in a hurry, try some traditional Dutch fast food. This pancake bakery is located in the basement of a 17th century warehouse and offers an extensive menu with 70 different sweet or savory pancakes and omelets. City driving is a nightmare of narrow one-way streets, bicycle paths, tramways, and parking is expensive.
I tell always to people, don't take your car in Amsterdam. You better take a bicycle or walk or take a streetcar or a local bus. Well, they're very nice, good connections and not very expensive.
A spider's web of waterways divides the city centre into 90 islands, linked by over 1,200 bridges. The famous Skinny Bridge has spanned the River Amstel since 1672. About the same time, canals were dug, bisecting the river and acting as inner highways to move goods from the harbour to the merchants' warehouses. And they're still in use.
There are canal buses on a schedule, like a hop-on, hop-off canal bus. There are museum boats. For a whole day you buy a ticket for the museum boat. And they have about, I think, 10-12 stops at the museums. And you can go to the museums for half price.
At first glance, Amsterdam is a complex city, but don't let it overwhelm you. Set the scene with a walking tour and you'll be ready to relax and explore the many excellent museums, great shopping and fun nightlife in the days that follow. For more information on today's destinations, visit our website on topoftheworld.net.